Jane Austen's Christmas, the festive season in Georgian England. Let's have a look. A pianoforte for Christmas. Some Georgian Christmas recipes. Number 45. Why not? Okay. Some Georgian Christmas recipes. This is Hannah Glass's original recipe for gingerbread cake. To make gingerbread cakes, take 3 pounds of flour, 1 pound of sugar, 1 pound of butter rubbed in very fine, 2 ounces of ginger beat fine, a large nutmeg grated. Then take a pound of treacle, a quarter of a pint of cream. Make them warm together and make up the bread stiff. Roll it out and make it into thin cakes. Cut them out with a teacup or small glass and roll them round like nuts and bake them on tin plates in a slack oven. Her recipe has been adapted for modern takes and availability from Hannah Glass's Art of Cookery in 1770, with additional notes gleaned from a barely legible 18th century manuscript in a private collection. 750 grams of flour, 250 grams of caster sugar, 250 grams of soft butter, half a nutmeg, 25 grams of fresh ginger to taste. I usually eyeball it as my family like peppery flavors. 25 grams of honey or golden syrup. 2 teaspoons approximately of double cream. Preheat oven to 160 degrees Celsius. Grease a baking tray with butter or line with baking parchment. Rub together flour, caster sugar, and butter. A mixer at low revolutions will do the job, but I would not recommend a food processor because that's not what Jane had. Grate in nutmeg, finely chop or grate ginger. A grater attachment on a food processor will do equally well. Gently heat cream and honey or treacle. Do not boil. Then add to the dough. Work gently into a dough. A dough hock will work with larger quantities. Roll out on a lightly floured board to a desirable thickness, 5 to 8 millimeters. Any leftover crumbs may be pressed into the rolled out dough. Cut dough into desired forms and transfer to the baking tray. A fan oven should ensure even baking. Otherwise, remove each tray in turn once they are a golden color. Don't worry about opening the oven door to check on progress, as they won't sink. Leave them to cool for a few minutes. Note: Hannah Glass refers to a slack oven. Most likely this means a moderate oven. Bear in mind that most cooking ranges of the period had a bread oven. in the brickwork to one side, and experience would have shown what works best. Cast iron ovens were beginning to appear by Jane Austen's time. Trial and error were good teachers. In some older houses, roasting in a large covered pot placed over the embers would have been the order of the day. If no bread oven was available, many people would take their biscuits and cakes to the local baker, who might take some as a payment in place of coin. Hannah Glass's book is a triumph of many regional dishes. Here is one for Yorkshire Christmas pie. To make a Yorkshire Christmas pie, first make a good standing crust. Let the wall and bottom be very thick. Bone a turkey, a goose, a fowl, a partridge, and a pigeon. Season them all very well. Take half an ounce of mace, half an ounce of nutmegs, a quarter of ounce of cloves, and half an ounce of black pepper, all beat fine together, 2 large spoonfuls of salt, and then mix them together. Open the fowls all down the back and bone them. First the pigeon, then the partridge. Cover them, then the fowls, then the goose, and then the turkey, which must be large. Season them all well first, and lay them in the crust, so as it will look only like a whole turkey. Then have a hare ready, cased, and wiped with a clean cloth. Cut it to pieces, joint it, season it, and lay it as you close. As you can on one side, and on the other side woodcocks, more game, and what sort of wild fowl you can get. Season them well and lay them close. Put at least 4 pounds of butter into the pie, then lay on the lid, which must be very thick one, and let it be well baked. It must have a very hot oven, and will take at least 4 hours. This crust will take a bushel of flour. In this chapter you will see how to make it. These pies are often sent to London in a box as presents, therefore the walls must be well built. Another take on the sort of cookery that would have been familiar in the Austen's kitchen comes from English Housewifery by Elizabeth Moxton, published in 1764. To make paste for a stand-in pie, take a quartern of flour, or more if you have occasion, and to every quartern of flour put a pound of butter and a little salt. Knead it with boiling water, then work it very well, and let it lie whilst it is cold. This paste is good enough for a goose pie or any other stand-in pie. A Christmas pie could be of quite extraordinary size in any large house, as the one transported from Lincolnshire to Surrey for the Countess Tyrconnel, which contained 2 turkeys, 2 geese, 2 ducks, 2 fowls, 1 ham, and 1 tongue. The pastry alone was made from 42 pounds, or 19 kilograms of flour, and 5 pounds, or 2 kilograms of butter. Total cost of making it was £3 and 3 shillings, equivalent to about £250 in 2023. Jane Austen's friend and cook Martha Lloyd had some extraordinary recipes, including this one for her white soup, a favourite of Jane Austen's, that owes more than a little to her cow wheel soup recipe found elsewhere in this volume. Page 110, we haven't got there yet. Make your gravy of any kind of meat. Add to it the yolks of 4 eggs, boiled hard, and pounded very fine. 2 ounces of sweet almond pounded, as much cream as will make it of a good colour. Perhaps this has more appeal to modern tastes than the cow wheel offering. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out next time. When we revisit Jane Austen's Christmas.